Yo, what's up people, it's the one back with more Jujutsu Kaisen Phantom Parade content. The global launch is literally hours away right now, so right now I'll be giving you guys the global launch tier list. Let's get it. So this pretty much, this tier list is going to consist of S tier, A tier, B tier, C tier, and D tier. And then of course, since I said I did reference the official JP version, there were units that were also unranked. So these were units that weren't good enough to make it to the D tier. So yeah, so we'll be going over all these. Well, we'll go over most of these units. We'll see if we go over all of them. But I will be skipping Gojo and Nobara, as I did go over them in my reroll targets. Video. So just because we don't want this video to be too long, and we have a lot of units to go through of why they are there, in what position they are. So yeah, so we're skipping Gojo and Nobara. So let's start off with the first unit, which is Masamichi Yaga. So Masamichi Yaga is he's S tier. He's a support unit. So let's check him out. So here he is. He is a red unit. His focus is combined, so he's offensive and defensive, and his affiliation is Tokyo Jujutsu High Officials. With HP 738, physical technique 235, curse technique 235, curse and initial cursed energy 30, max cursed energy says to be decided there. His ultimate skill gauge is 1558. His characteristic is not available right here on the site, and Black Flash no. So basically, let's look at his skills. So his skill 1 is basically kick. He deals 150.4% melee taijutsu damage to selected enemy, and then his skill 2 is called tutoring, and he increases all allies taijutsu damage by 45.8% for 4 turns, and all allies jujutsu damage by 45.8% for 4 turns. So he's a really good buffer to increase your damage. So like this is making more sense to why he is S tier, as he's not even an SSR unit, guys. Bear this in mind. Like I said in my reroll guide and reroll targets video, the SRs and the rares, some of them are actually really good and better than even SSR units. So that's his skill 2. Then his skill 3 is Let's Go Kathy, where he deals 137.6 range jujutsu damage to selected enemy, 4 hits, and deals combined damage equal to 172% taijutsu and 34.4% jujutsu to the selected enemy, and increases the selected enemy's damage received by 47.6% for 2 turns. Damn, that skill, he's really nice. And his ultimate is Advance My Cursed Corpses. So he deals 808% ranged jujutsu damage to select the enemy for 6 hits, and he decreases the enemy's taijutsu damage, and he decreases their jujutsu damage, and increases the selected enemy's damage received. So he's just the insane buffer and debuffer. He debuffs the enemy and buffs all your units. This is really nice. He's easily the best SR in the game. So his combo ultimate effect increases own and combo allies break damage by 10% for 2 turns, and deals 100% melee taijutsu damage to the selected enemy. So pretty much that is Masamichi Yaga right there. So yeah, we're skipping Nobara. We already went over her. So we'll go over, what's his name? Oops. We'll go over this right here. We're going to go over this guy right here. Hanami. that the right unit? Yeah. This unit is Hanami. So, okay, hold on. I'm not sure what post adjustment. Okay, we'll just go with this. So pretty much so basically, Hanami is a debuffer. He's red unit SSR. His focus is a Jujutsu unit, and his affiliation is Cursed Spirits. So you can see his stats here: 675 HP, 256 physical technique, 293 curse technique, 30 cursed energy, 100 max curse energy, and ultimate skill gauge 1752. His characteristic, basically he receives damage when targeted by reverse curse technique and is weak against flame. So skill 1, he deals 135% range Jujutsu damage to the selected enemy for 2 hits, and the higher the enemy's ultimate skill count, the greater the damage. Okay, his skill 2, Roots Piercing, deals 428% range Jujutsu damage to the selected enemy. His skill 3, Terra Pulchra, decreases all enemies damage by 33.3% for 3 turns, and increases his ultimate gauge by 86% for 3 turns. And its ultimate is Domain Expansion, Shining Sea, Growing Branches. He deals 919% range Jujutsu damage to all enemies for 4 hits, and expands the domain for 4 turns. And while the domain is active, he grants guaranteed hit effect and attack immunity notification to himself, and he decreases all enemies' damage by 33%, and is unable to fill his own ultimate gauge, and depletes own cursed energy after domain deactivates. His combo ultimate effect increases own and combo allies break damage by 8% for 2 turns, and deals 33% range Jujutsu damage to all enemies. And his auto skills, his passives, basically, at the start of battle, he recovers 13% HP every turn. And also at the start of each turn, if cursed energy is 10 or below, recovers own cursed energy by 20 up to 2 times during battle, and at the start of the battle reduces own damage received by 20%. So that is Hanami right there. Let me go back and see. Next we have, funny enough, where is he? He's not here. Support. Here he is. Next we have Nanami. So I put him in A tier right here. He's an SR unit as well, but as you guys have seen with Yaga, he, like, the SRs are actually really busted. Like Yaga is insane support. So let's look at Nanami. So this is the SR version of Nanami, Kento Nanami. Support units, and he's a combined type units, so he's offensive and defensive. Affiliation Tokyo Jujutsu High officials. I will go skip the stats just to make this video faster, so it's not too long. So we'll only look at the characteristics, skills, and passives. So with Nanami, his characteristic is when Black Flash is performed, increases own Black Flash rate. His kit, skill 1, is Sweep. Deals melee damage, deals melee combined damage equal to 75% taijutsu and 75% jujutsu damage to an enemy. Skill 2, Let's Do This, increases own damage by 45% and increases all allies damage by 34.4% for 4 turns, excluding himself. His skill 3 is called 7 to 3. And it deals melee combined damage equal to 181% taijutsu and 181% jujutsu to the selected enemy. And his ultimate is Ratio Technique, deals melee combined damage equal to 499% taijutsu and 499% jujutsu damage to selected enemy, and increases all allies damage by 27.8% for 2 turns. And his combo effect is basically recovers own and combo allies cursed energy by 10, and deals melee combined damage equal to 50% taijutsu and 50% jujutsu to the selected enemy. No passives. So there you have it with the SR Nanami. Let's see, go back to the tier list. So next we have a rare unit. So let me check. this rare unit. I think he's a tank. Where is he? Where is he on here? No, he's a support unit as well. Is he? Yeah, here he is. So this is the first rare unit on the tier list, Kaio Yuki. So you can see he's a rare unit, supporter, purple type. Let's see. So his kit, basically, he has no characteristic. His kit basically is called, his skill 1 is Kesagiri. He deals 150% melee Jujutsu damage to selected enemy. His skill 2, defensive barrier, decreases the selected allies damage received by 39.4% for 3 turns one time. And his skill 3 is cursed energy support. He recovers all allies cursed energy by 19 every turn for 2 turns, excluding himself. That's nice battery. His ultimate is curse technique boosts. So he increases all allies jujutsu damage by 128% for 3 turns one time. Okay, and his combo ultimate effect decreases own and combo allies damage received by 10% for 2 turns and deals 100% melee jujutsu damage to the combo ally selected enemy. And targets all enemies if combo ally does not have a selected enemy. No passives on him. So you guys can see here with Kaio Yuki, he is easily the best rare unit in the game. So if you guys pick him up, make sure you actually utilize him. And I'm sure since he's a rare unit, he'll be easy to max out as well since he's rare, so it'll be common. So there you have that. Okay, so now we have the SR version. So we looked at the Kaio Yuki, the rare version. Now we have the SR version of Kaio Yuki. So this guy is just a free-to-play god, to be honest, for free-to-play accounts. So this version, the SR version, supporter, green type unit. So no characteristics. Skill 1, light wall. He deals 105% range jujutsu damage to the selected enemy. Decreases the selected enemy's damage by 22.2% for 1 turn one time. Skill 2, demon repelling wall. Decreases all allies jujutsu damage received by 35.6% for 3 turns. Skill 3, defensive wall, grants attack nullification to the selected ally and increases the selected allies jujutsu damage by 25.8%. His ultimate, barrier prison, deals 578.9% range jujutsu damage to the selected enemy and stuns the selected enemy. So damn, he is a stun on his ultimate. His combo ultimate effect increases own and combo allies damage by 10% and deals 70% range jujutsu damage to the selected enemy. No passives on him. Yo, Kaio Yuki is a busted free-to-play unit, man. He's busted. Hold on. Yeah, he's busted, man. So yeah, we'll talk about, we'll go over the rest of A tier. And then I'll touch on, try and cover as much. Yeah, we'll try and cover B tier as well, and then I'll call it a video because I don't want this video to be too long. I didn't want to talk about everybody, but most units, so you guys know each character's value pretty much, so you know which character is pretty good or not. But most of these SRs is what I really wanted to talk about, the SRs and some of the SSRs that are worth using on your account. So next we'll talk about Panda. I got hoes in Atlanta. Where is he at? I got hoes in Atlanta. He's a tank kit, by the way. Anyways, here he is. There he is. Panda. So here we have Panda. He's a green tank. So let's go over him. So his characteristic is avoids being defeated in battle using core change up to 1 time during battle. So skill 1, deals 150 taijutsu, do 150% taijutsu damage to selected enemy. If gorilla mode state is active, changes the skill into seismic fist, increases own break damage by 13.3% 1 time. Deals 150% taijutsu damage to selected enemy. Skill 2, I have to block it. Attracts all enemies, attacks itself. So this is a taunt and decreases own damage received by 50% for 1 turn. So that's really nice. Nice taunt right there, and damage increase. Damage reduction. If gorilla mode state is active, changes the skill into I'm kind of pissed now and increases own taijutsu damage by 121% for 4 turns. Skill 3, full body blow, deals 482% melee taijutsu damage to selected enemy. If Gorilla Mode state is active, changes the skill into I'll Crush You, deals 240% melee taijutsu damage to all enemies, so AoE. And his ultimate, Unblockable Drumming Beat, activates Gorilla Mode state, increases own taijutsu damage by 38.8%, unable to fill own ultimate gauge, removes all decreases damage effects from self, increases own break damage by 20%, and deals 843% melee taijutsu damage to the selected enemy. And his combo ultimate effect decreases own and combo allies damage received by 10% for 2 turns and deals 100% melee taijutsu damage to selected enemy. His passes right here, first one is Core Switch. At the start of the battle, grants revival status to self 1 time, so he can revive himself whenever he dies 1 time during the battle. Next passive, Panda Core. At the start of the battle, decreases own damage received by 10%. Okay, so that is Panda. Next we have is this person a support or a tank? Next we have, where are they? Yeah, here's it. It's another tank. Second best tank in the game, Kasumi Miwa. So Miwa is a SR unit, another good one. She's a tank, red unit, no characteristics. Her skill 1 deals melee combined damage equal to 75% taijutsu and jujutsu to the selected enemy. Skill 2, Wholehearted, grants evasion status to self 2 turns for 1 time, and attracts all enemies attacks, so taunt, and increases own taijutsu damage by 34% for 2 turns. Skill 3, New Shadow Style, Simple Domain, grants counter status to self. So the counter status is basically when targeted by an enemy's melee attack 1 time per turn, deals 114% of combined damage equal to 65% taijutsu and jujutsu as counter damage. So when she gets attacked, she's gonna hit back for that. Ultimate is New Shadow Style, Simple Domain, Bateau Sword Dancing, deals melee combined damage equal to 350% taijutsu and 350% jujutsu to the selected enemy. Combo ultimate effect increases own and combo allies damage by 10% for 2 turns and deals melee combined damage equal to 50% taijutsu and 50% jujutsu to the selected enemy. And she has a passive as well, Preparation for Interception. At the start of each wave, attacks a random enemy attracts a random enemy's attack for 1 turn. So at the start of each wave, she's gonna taunt at least 1 enemy at random. So that is Miwa right there for you. That's Kasumi Miwa. So next we'll talk about, I don't know if he's a fan favorite. Where is he? Here he is. I don't know if he's a fan favorite, but he's for some Jogo. So Jogo is a DPS unit. He's a blue type SSR. So let's talk about his characteristic at first. His characteristic is receives damage when targeted by reverse curse technique. Skill 1, Ghost Lights, deals melee combined damage equal to 82% taijutsu and 82 jujutsu to the selected enemy. Skill 2, Hellfire. So deals ranged combined damage equal to 126% taijutsu and 126% jujutsu to the selected enemy. Skill 3, Ember Insects, deals 148% range jujutsu damage to 1 random enemy for 3 times. And Ultimate Domain Expansion, Coffin of the Iron Mountain, deals 599% range jujutsu damage to all enemies, expands the domain for 4 turns, and when the domain is active, grants guaranteed hit effect, attack immunity notification to self, deals 80% continuous jujutsu damage, flame to all enemies, increases own critical hit rate by 197.9%, increases own damage by 59.9%, reduces own damage received by 29.9%, and recovers own curse energy by 59.9%. So yeah, that's nice, really nice. Combo ultimate effect, recovers own and combo allies curse energy by 20%, and deals melee combined damage equal to 51.9% taijutsu and 51.9% jujutsu to all enemies. His passives right here: Violent Eruption. If own HP is 50% or below, increases own jujutsu damage by 25% up to 1 time during battle. And the Essence of Curses: at the start of each wave, recovers own cursed energy by 10. So next we have Yuji. So this Yuji, we'll have this Yuji at launch. Here he is. Yeah, there he is. So cursed energy flashes black Yuji Itadori. So he's green, attacking units. His characteristic is able to attack souls, resistant to poison and soul damage. When black flash is performed, increases on black flash rate 3 turns. Skill 1 is called Punch. Very creative. Deals 150% taijutsu damage to the selected enemy. Skill 2, Attentive. Increases own crit rate by 139% and increases on black flash rate by 66.9%, and he fills his ultimate gauge by 241.8. And his skill 3, Triple Kick, deals 344% taijutsu damage to selected enemy and decreases the selected enemy's critical hit resistance by 34.4%. His ultimate black flash deals 898% taijutsu damage to the selected enemy for 3 hits. Combo ultimate effect increases own and allies damage by 10% for 2 turns and deals 94.4% taijutsu damage to the selected enemy. And its passive is Sukuna's Vessel. So at the start of the battle, grants poison and soul resistance to self. That is Yuji. Next we have another rare unit, I believe. Yeah, we have another rare unit. Let me just see. Is he? Yeah, here he is. He is a support. Let's see if it loads. Here we go. So this rare unit is called Toge Inumaki. And you can see here in the tier list we have him in B. So here he is. He's a red unit supporter. No characteristics. Skill 1 is called Crush. Deals 153% Jujutsu damage to the selected enemy. Sacrifices 3 HP, and it says he can't die from sacrificing HP, which is nice. So skill 2, Protect, decreases all allies damage received by 43% and fills all allies ultimate skill gauge by 213. Sacrifices 12% HP. Okay. Skill 3, Don't Move. So stuns the selected enemy 1 turn. It says chance 156% and sacrifices 5% HP. So that's nice. Ultimate Explode deals 958.8% Jujutsu damage to the selected enemy. Sacrifices 15% HP. Okay. Combo Ultimate Effect recovers own and combo allies HP by 10%. Deals 106% Jujutsu damage to the selected enemy. So this is nice, so he can sustain himself with this. No further passives. So next we have. Go back to the tier list. Okay, where is this girl at? Is she support or tank? Might be a tank. No, she's a support. So next we have another support unit, Momo Nishimiya. So that's Momo Nishimiya. She's obstructor, it says, and she's a green type unit. No characteristics. Skill 1 deals 150% ranged Jujutsu damage to selected enemy. Skill 2, Intelligence Sharing, increases all allies damage by 68.7% for 2 turns and grants evasion status to self. Skill 3, Whirlwind of Cursed Energy, stuns all enemies, okay, for 1 turn with chance 86%, grants evasion status to self 1 turn 1 time. Ultimate is Storm of Cursed Energy, deals 583.6% range Jujutsu damage to all enemies and stuns all enemies 1 turn, 79.6% chance, and grants evasion status to self 1 turn 1 time. Damn, she has so many stuns. She's really nice with stuns. Combo Ultimate Effect increases own and combo allies break damage 10% for 2 turns and deals 100% range Jujutsu damage to all enemies. For her passive is Target Instruction. At the start of each wave, increases 1 random enemy's damage received by 6.2% for 2 turns. Okay, so that is Momo Nishimiya. Next we have another SR unit. So you guys are seeing SR units can be top tier and are top tier in this game. So here we have Junpei Yoshino. Is that the unit? Yeah, we have Junpei Yoshino. So Junpei is an attacker, SR unit. Characteristic is increases own damage when Tokyo Jujutsu High students are present on the field. Skill 1 is Poison Needle, deals 150% range Jujutsu damage to the selected enemy. Skill 2 is Step Side, decreases all enemies taijutsu damage by 12% for 3 turns and deals 29.7% continuous Jujutsu damage poison to all enemies. Skill 3, Moon Dregs, grants attack nullification to self, 3 turns 2 times, and increases own Jujutsu damage by 198%, 998.3% for 3 turns. And ultimate, why are you getting in the way? If the selected enemy is receiving continuous Jujutsu damage poison, increases own damage by 25% one time, and deals 599.7% Jujutsu damage to the selected enemy, and deals 184.3% continuous Jujutsu damage poison to the selected enemy 3 turns. Okay, combo effect increases own and allies combo allies damage by 10% 2 turns, and deals 50% melee Jujutsu damage to the selected enemy. Passive is Don't Hold Me Back. At the start of the battle, increases own damage by 7.5%, and the more Tokyo Jujutsu High students that are present on the field, the greater the damage boost. There is Junpei. The next we have where is he? Oh, he's a tank. Yeah. Next we have Todo, but it's the red one. I think the red one's a support. Yeah, red Todo. So he'll be at launch to get other game as well. There you have him, Aoi Todo. So he's an attacker. Red unit, no characteristic. He has Black Flash. Skill 1 Hammer Knuckle, deals 150% taijutsu damage to the selected enemy. Skill 2 Blast from the Past, increases own and allies behind taijutsu damage by 24%, 3 turns 3 times, and grants best friend status to ally behind 3 turns. So this best friend status is when the ally with this status is targeted by enemy's attack, deals 70% taijutsu damage as counter damage. Inflicts the confusion status on the countered enemy for 3 turns with a 70% chance, and the counter requires 10 course energy to activate, and it says the counter will not activate if the ally has evasion status or attack immunity. Okay. 6 skill 3 is Boogie Woogie. What the fuck? Anyways, deals 120% taijutsu damage to the selected enemy, and inflicts the confusion status on the selected enemy 3 turns at a 51.6% chance. And the ultimate is My Dear Friend, deals 1048% taijutsu damage to selected enemy with 3 hits, and increases own critical hit rate by 39.8% for 3 turns one time, and if the ally has best friend status, increases the ally's critical hit rate by 39.8% for 3 turns one time. And combo ultimate effect increases his own and combo allies critical hit rate by 10% for 2 turns, and increases himself and the allies Black Flash rate by 10% for 2 turns, and deals 94.4% taijutsu damage to the selected enemy. And his passive is Won't Be Bored for Long. When an enemy is defeated, increases own taijutsu damage by 15% for 3 turns. So that is the boy Todo. Right there he is. He is B tier. Then we have, hold on, where is this guy? The tank. No, he's in the support section. Where is he? Here he is. So next in B tier we have Toge Inumaki, SSR, purple, role support, no characteristic, no Black Flash. Skill 1 is called Get Crushed. So this is basically similar to the one we saw before, where he sacrifices his HP to deal damage. So yeah, you can see it there. Skill 2 Smash It, increases own break damage by 153.5%, deals 160% Jujutsu damage to the selected enemy, increases the selected enemy's damage received by 23% for 2 turns, sacrifices 5% HP. Skill 3 Throat Medicine, recovers 23% HP for himself, I believe. yeah, for himself. It says own. Ultimate is Blast Away. Deals 1147% Jujutsu damage to selected enemy. Sacrifices 12 HP. And its combo ultimate effect recovers his own and allies' HP by 8% and deals 100% Jujutsu damage to the selected enemy. His first passive is called Stop, and at the start of the battle, nullifies one fatal attack to himself or an ally, so he can prevent himself from dying one time if he's on the brink of death. And his next passive is No Donar. At the start of each turn, recovers own HP by 10%, 20% chance of it happening. Okay. Okay, and the last unit we'll talk about in this video, because we are approaching, yeah, this video is like 35 minutes right now. So the last unit we'll talk about on this tier, on my tier list, is Panda. I got hoes in Atlanta. Look at the Panda. The clouds in the skies. Oh, where is he? Here he is. Okay, so Panda. Here is Panda. Final unit we'll talk about. I won't talk about C tier and D tier because I don't think it's necessary. I just wanted to give a good idea of the good units in the game, or that are good, and just show the value of some of these SRs and rare units, because some of these SRs and rares are really good. But if you guys want me to talk about the C tier or D tier units, let me know in the comments and I will do that. So last but not least, Panda. Here he is. So he's a rare unit, defender, purple type unit, no characteristic, can't do black flash. His skill 1 is Panda Straight Punch, 150% melee taijutsu damage to selected enemy. Skill 2, defensive stance, decreases own damage received by 39.4% for 3 turns. Skill 3, I got everyone covered here, attracts all enemies attacks to himself, so it's a taunt, and decreases his damage received by 50% for 1 turn. His ultimate, Panda Rush, deals 697.4% melee taijutsu damage to selected enemy, 6 hits. And his combo ultimate effect recovers own and combo allies cursed energy by 10%. Sorry, by 10, and deals 100% melee taijutsu damage to the selected enemy. And no passives. There we have Panda. So then you see here we have all these other units, and then here are the units that aren't just ranked. Like, we also have Yuta there for some reason on this tier list, and I'm not putting Yuta on this tier list because he's just not going to be there at launch from what we know. He'll become later on. So this is my tier list. Let me know if you agree or disagree with everything. Like I said, this was taken in reference to the official tier list from the JP version. So this is what they were saying, and what the community and players have been saying. So let me know, what would you change from this tier list? Let me know down below. If this video helped you out, leave a like and subscribe. Definitely helped me out. This was a long video. My throat is sore. Pause. No diddy. Is sore from fucking reading, doing all that reading. So leave a like and a comment for your boy, and subscribe to the channel for more Phantom Parade content. So yeah, until next time, take care and peace.